Wasn't Pete gonna get his
Welcome.
Mega Man armor?
Yeah, welcome once again to Clinical Theurgy, episode 11. So, who remembers where we left off last session?
We are staring down Baru.
What?
And he is freaky looking. He has like the sparkly eyes and he's covered in vines, and he thinks that we're the ones that killed his wife. I mean, technically we killed the one he thought was his wife, but he still thinks that she's his wife. And so he was like charging at us.
Was his wife. He knows she's dead.
Who's to say he's wrong?
Well, I am, because I had nothing to do with it.
I'm fairly certain that one of you
True.
remembers attending that wedding.
That was... Who was
And we-
that?
That was Whitney.
no, was it?
Elizabeth. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm getting the name thing confused again. That's dangerous. All right.
And then we fed her to a gelatinous cube, so...
Well, let's see what this encounter looks like. All right, you find yourselves quite a distance from the location of where Baru was enjoying himself a nice meal. Or at least you think he was maybe enjoying himself a nice meal. I don't like that those numbers are showing. Mind that you can see the life bar, but...
Oh, it's green. He's an ally. We're good.
God damn it. It's doing that thing where it's putting shit on my screen that I don't want. Doesn't matter. I can deal with it. The party looks out. There is a giant vine overgrowth that starts to kind of come up out of the ground as Baru starts to make his way towards the fire, racing towards the party. And that is where I need everybody to, when I bring up the initiative tracker, to give me initiative. Apparently Antaeus already did.
I clicked my dude, and I don't have an initiative button, so I don't know what happened.
You hold on. I know what happened.
Wait, I know that's not me. That's not me.
Yeah, click on actual you.
No, I clicked on me. That was Whitney. That
Oh, I don't have an initiative macro, but it's okay.
Hold on. That's weird. It should be...
Innate to everyone, right?
Hold on. No, don't use that. I want to try to figure out why it's not showing. Everybody should have a default token thing. Go to your macros tab.
Macro tab, yeah.
Is there an initiative modifier there?
No.
Okay, so apparently this only shows for me. All right, let me jump to your characters then and fix this. All right, and Teus, you should have yours now.
Alright, let me reload this and see if...
And
Oh, there it is.
Dual Ron, you should have yours now. You just need to click off your token and click back on your token.
Is there a way to like reorganize it, or...
To your token, like where do you want your initiative roll at?
Oh, because it's like in between my two attacks.
Yeah, I'll move it around. Hold on.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry to be a little...
It's fine. It actually shouldn't be. It should be first. I don't know why that's happening.
Yeah, mine's not first either, but it doesn't matter.
All right, well, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, it's
Mine's
not that big of
first,
a
but I
deal.
have no attacks.
Ha 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 ha.
All right, let's roll up Baru here.
Guess I'll attack.
Is that right? No, that's not right. I need to give him the correct initiative bonus. Ooh, poor Baru.
Oof.
He's
Hooray
gonna
for
be
poor
me.
Baru.
This is current round. This will be at 1.
Is there no music going, or do I just?
There should
have
be
my
music
volume?
I
I just
hear it.
probably have my volume all the way down.
Yeah, there's music.
Okay.
All right, so we lead off the initiative with Brianna. You're muted.
I realized. So where my token is, that's where my character is?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, everybody can see the combat. Okay. Yep.
Does none of us have like Is it supposed to be like pitch black around
You
us?
don't have dark vision, and no one has indicated. The only light source you should be able to see is the light coming from where Baru is.
I guess I didn't realize it had gotten dark enough by this point that like there was like no light coming in.
You guys chose to press on quite a bit into the day. And by now, the cover of the forest cover is starting to kind of cut out a lot of the light. And it inherently gets darker the deeper you get into the forest.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
Brianna
happy
is
that late in the
going
day.
to take one of the stones that she has on her, and she's going to cast light on this stone.
Okay.
And she's going to use that to illuminate the area around them.
Yep. Boom. Let there be light. There should be.
I don't see it.
That's annoying. Oh, I didn't give you vision.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing I have to give to people. Are people starting to see things now?
Do not.
No?
I always see stuff just because I'm dark vision, but
I do not see
Hold
stuff.
on, this is so annoying.
sorry.
Turn this on. Alright. Any better?
Now I do.
Yes, that's
Yep.
much better.
For a moment you saw the whole map, but oh well.
It's okay.
Well, yeah, I don't think anyone.
It was a
memorized
really brief flicker, so
So I need to change this anyway, so.
It was just our eyes adjusting to this light.
Exactly. Alright, so you cast light, and there is light, and it is reasonable.
And that's my turn. I don't want to do any movement or anything.
Alright. So, Elizabeth.
Alright, I am just re-putting up my Shield of Faith, because I don't know how long it's been since I put it on last time, so I'm gonna assume I need it again,
course.
probably. And I'm just gonna move a little bit forward and just sort of, can I ready... I guess I can't do that because I casted something anyway, so never mind. But just so I know for future, like when people normal ready an attack, can you like ready it just like a grapple if something gets in range?
You can ready anything that can be readied as a standard. Anything that can be done as a standard action.
Doesn't matter right now because I casted a spell, but I was just curious so I would know. But yeah, I'm just going to,
What
Shield
spell did you
here.
say you cast? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Shield of Faith.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh.
She just didn't click it, it's fine. Ghoul Run. There's no need to click it.
Do I notice her casting the spell?
Yes.
Elizabeth, were you able to cast your spell without issue?
Apparently.
Good to know. I will use my dwarven movement of 15 whole feet. Actually, I'm gonna full move 15 more feet. As I'm coming up here, I have 5 more feet of movement. I'll say, Elizabeth, do you want to be his focus and he may attack us? Or do you want to share his targets? He may target either of us. I know you said you wanted to be the target before, but we must make this
That's a
decision.
lot
You're
of
too
talking,
slow.
come on.
So I move up and I end my turn.
Alright. Baru goes. And he leaps through the fire as if he does not care. And he stands.
Does he set himself ablaze? What?
No.
Wait, what?
He is not bothered by the fire for some reason.
So he like runs through the campfire or whatever,
Yeah.
and just like, okay.
And he stands there looking at you, glaring straight at the two of you, and has like a vial of something in his hand, and is just waiting for you to come. Oh no, actually, he does have an action he does from this. I'm sorry. And he
Don't do
tries
it.
to get Ghoulron with this,
Hey,
which looks like it misses.
Baru, gain your senses, man. We mean you no harm. Does he respond or even look like... Does it look like he understands what I'm saying at all? Or...
All he does as you say that is he just shouts back at you, "Not after what you did!" And Teus.
Charisma's like,
All right. I am. I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm able to see him, right?
Yeah. You are able to see him because of the light from the flames.
Oh, there he is. Okay. I lost track of his mini for a second.
Yep, because he's in the vines.
Uh-oh.
The vines that
clicked my
don't
thing.
bother him.
I clicked my guy and everything went dark.
Oh, jeez. Did it come back?
No, I can refresh it if that...
Hold on. Let me reset your vision. Any better? Hold on, let me turn it all the way off and then all the way back on.
I'm going to refresh it
Okay.
anyways, just to be on the safe side.
No problem.
Okay. Okay, yeah, good. My vision's back.
Okay.
So he is 65 feet.
Yep.
Can I make some kind of check? Because I'm assuming he's not the same. He doesn't look like...
You'll need a perception first, because he's like tangled up in the vines, and it's really kind of dark here, and you're only getting the light of the campfire. But you can still like see clear enough looking out ahead, using your elven vision. And you can tell that there is something odd about Baru. Give me a knowledge nature check.
Above 20. Okay, good.
Damn. Baru is very clearly affected by whatever this blight is. There are vines that wrap all over his body from top to bottom. His eyes have that Feyan look that you've seen before in the other creatures, amplified by the goggles he wears over his face. And like when he came forward and he came into the vines, a rain of quills fired towards Gul'ran, and Gul'ran brought up his shield to block the quills from landing. And you would know these to be traits of blight creatures. Blight creatures are heavily damage reductive, like they don't take damage from most things easily. They are not affected by cold and electricity and have some measure of resistance to fire. They are not affected at all by disease, paralysis, poison, or polymorph. And if those little thorns get into a person, they can kind of become a buffer for damage taken by the character that embedded the thorns into them.
All right. So, I still have a standard action I can do, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make one of those.
All right. You brew
Then
up
I'll
your
mention,
better bombs.
I'll go ahead and mention that they're resistant to fire and immune to. You said it was cold.
They're resistant to all. They're just less resistant to fire.
Okay, but there's nothing that.
And they're immune to disease, paralysis,
particularly
poison, and
effective.
polymorph. But no damaging
Yes,
things
and-
are they immune to.
And I'll make sure to mention to not get hit by the
Thorns.
quills.
Yep. Cool. Brianna,
That's it.
we are back to you.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so Brianna is going to step forward.
It's just all in black for me now.
It's like the lighting's not updating well. Because
It went black behind her, which is fine, I think.
It should have gotten brighter.
No.
Yeah, like her light moved towards me, and I see the light around her.
Right, but the problem is that it seems like the lighting is not completely updated correctly because
like not updating when she moved because she has the light source.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can fix this for you.
So yeah, for me now, like everything is black, other than I can just see myself.
I'm gonna turn this part off, and then I'm gonna turn this part off. Now it should definitely go black. And now we'll do this and save. Any better? No.
Actually, something weird. Yeah, my dark vision's like not working either. I can't see behind me. I only can see.
Okay,
I should see 60 feet. Yeah.
All I can see now is the light source from Brianna, though.
This one?
Okay, you should have your dark vision now, Gulron.
Yeah, it's like just bugged out.
No, I didn't have it turned on because I'm trying that. They implemented the new dynamic lighting, and it happened in the middle of me working on this, so I did not have it programmed completely correctly.
It's fine. I'm just gonna screenshot what I'm seeing.
Okay,
it's like bugged out, but it's okay.
Turn this off and then turn this back on. Everybody should have just had it go dark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So give me a sec, and then it should update.
Well, there we go.
And then I'm gonna turn this big bright one off, and then I'm gonna turn it back on.
Turning it off and back on usually works.
Yep. All right, that should be better, right?
Yes. It is for me, but I didn't have dark vision to be
All right.
honest.
So Brianna.
Okay, so Brianna is going to call out to Baru and say, Baru, it's us. We're your friends. And she's trying to get his attention, maybe make him slightly less hostile.
Roll me a d4 on top of it. Okay. For this round, Baru kind of responds as you say that, and he's like, "But you killed my wife." And for a moment, he seems a bit confused. We'll see what effect that has on Baru. Elizabeth.
I am not very charismatic, and I do not want to mess up anything she is doing, so I am going to stay here, not say anything, just go into total defense in case he does something wonky, and that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Cool run.
Elizabeth, are you okay to hold off any of his attacks?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna 5-foot step back here.
That's right, get behind me.
And I will cast a spell.
Okay.
Before I do that, I want to say a 3-second prayer to Shashot before I cast a spell. I'll just be a silent prayer saying, Shashot, help me reveal his knowledge. And
Okay.
I'll cast
Give me a
Sense Madness.
caster level check.
Caster level check.
Okay.
Ooh, Shashot has granted me the power.
You focus your prayers, and it still feels empty in this darkness, but you feel that there is a glimmer of hope, and you sense the madness. Let's see. And you do detect that there is some mental issue happening here with Gulron.
With me?
Or I'm sorry, with with Baru.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so the first round I just get that answer, right? Nothing
Yes,
special.
that is it so far.
Okay. I'm maintaining the concentration, obviously.
All right. Baru will, seemingly somewhat confused, move forward in the branch, and the vines will move with him.
I'm in total blackness again.
God damn it. I'll switch on and off your vision. Antaeus.
Okay, he's moving towards us.
He and the vines have moved a little bit closer.
How do the vines move? Is it like a creature? Like the vines are like slithering, or are they just like straight up?
The vines are kind of like crawling across the ground and kind of like pulling from their center. So where the blackness is that you see there, that is the source of the vines. The vines are kind of like dragging and reaching out, like an arm kind of stretching from their origin point, sort of unraveling
it doesn't
towards
look like
you.
The whole thing is moving. It looks like it's stretching.
All of the vines are kind of like now reaching forward. So like imagine they're like curled up arms, and now they've kind of like started to unravel and move towards you. If you've like kind of unwound a hose from when it's wrapped around stuff.
Uh-oh.
He's unwrapping his hose.
Oh no. Oh no, it's the hose. Do I know if blighted creatures are capable of I don't say cognitive thought, but like are they not completely they're not like completely overtaken by the Fey magic yet, are they?
Blighted creatures have become somewhat Feyan in nature in order to be blighted. So you first have to kind of undergo a bit of like Fey transformation, and then the blight will kind of seep in with that. So okay, he's been out here for probably long enough to have like engaged in the kind of Fey madness seeping into him. And now the blight has kind of like latched on to that Fey madness that infected him.
Would it be possible for him to recognize her as a blighted? Or like would I not really know?
For you to recognize Baru as being blighted?
For him to recognize her calling out to him.
You get the sensation that yes, he can. Many people that have been in this situation do recall parts of what they were, but not fully. Things are still somewhat detached. So you know that what she's doing will have an effect, but you've never really seen this like in person before. So all of what you're doing is kind of speculating. You don't know the exact effect that this will have, but you're definitely sure it's having an effect and one that is positive for the group.
Okay, then I will reset my initiative, and then I will delay until before he goes.
Okay. So that's going to take us back to the top of the initiative. Brianna, I accidentally skipped you. Sorry.
It's okay. Let's see.
My campfire lighting wasn't reset.
I had to stop and I was explaining things to Ryan.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Better? Okay.
All right, so Brianna is going to say, "Remember us, Baru? We're your friends. We work together." And she is going to cast Charm Person.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. So for a moment, Baru looks and goes, "Yes. My friends. My friends." And he just kind of stares at you for a moment. Elizabeth.
Would I have any idea if, like, these... I'd probably be in fucking knowledge nature to know, so... I'm trying to figure out if I, like, move up to the vines, can I start, like, slowly cutting them off? I don't know if that's gonna piss off.
Knowledge nature, if you don't have it, you can't make it.
I'm just going to take total defense again and see how this pans out with the charm.
Okay, cool, Ron.
I can take a 5 step and maintain concentration on my spell, right?
You can.
So I'll 5-foot step back and concentrate again on the additional round effect of that spell.
Okay. So you learn that he is definitely on the edge of sanity. And give me a sense motive.
Ooh, sense motive. Go!
Okay. So he is definitely under something. He is definitely affected by not only Fae madness, but something that you can hear a whisper in your ear of. Something known as the madness of the blight. Many Fae become victim to this when dark thoughts seep into the world. And he has fallen victim of it. The blight itself will cure him of anything that dirties his mind away from the blight in a very short period of time. It is not an implicitly magical compulsion, however.
Okay. So does that mean not bothering with the spellcraft?
Yeah, you don't get the spellcraft.
Okay.
But yeah, you do have a +1, the +1 that would be inferred upon for countering, dispelling, or removing that effect. Though you're fairly certain you don't. I don't think you have any of the spells that would remove it.
Yeah.
Even temporarily.
Low. Yeah.
But that's still good info.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Okay. Antaeus, before Baru, you go.
Alright, so he looks like he's at least recognized her.
Mm-hmm.
So I will I'll just I'll just go defensive.
Okay. You watch.
I don't want to ruin anything.
You watch as the vines that are around Baru wrap fully around his neck and go into his mouth and start coming out through his nose. They wrap around his arms and he becomes fully marionette style wrapped in the vines, and he starts moving towards you.
I don't know if I can discern this, but I want to see were the vines changing their react? Did they basically I want to know, did the vines notice he's not doing what they want? They're trying to force him to do stuff.
The vines you would know from what you got there. Actually, give me a knowledge nature, because you do need if you don't have ranks, that's going to be a problem.
No ranks.
Okay, so you're not entirely sure. Something seems like the vines might have recognized something with a 25. It seems definitely like the vines recognize something going on in his thoughts, and they kind of push him forward. He doesn't seem like he wants to go forward, but the vines don't seem to care, and they kind of move him forward.
Okay.
One of the things you do get from that sense motive as well, though, is that they're having to kind of push him forward stopped them from doing whatever it is they might have otherwise done this round. Brianna.
So Brianna will say, Baru, why don't you come back to town with us? I see that, you've got some stuff going on, but we're really concerned about you, and we really would like you to come back with us.
All right. Is that attached to something?
Well, so the charmed person, the spell, it says, it doesn't enable you to control the charmed person as if it were an automaton, but it perceives your words and actions in the most favorable way. You can try and give them orders, but you must win an opposed charisma check to continue.
So what I'm going to have you do here is give me a diplomacy check, actually, as opposed to an opposed charisma check. Okay.
Ooh.
You reach out to him with everything that is in your heart, and you implore him, please change what you're doing. And the vines kind of writhe a bit as something seems to kind of jostle within the vines, but the vines wrap as tight as they can, holding and trying to hold in place and maintain their grip on Baru. Elizabeth.
So can I kind of see that the vines are doing this after every time she, tries to talk to him?
You can see that the more that she has interacted with him, the more the vines have become very possessive of him.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna take the chance and, move up near the vines and start trying to, hack at them.
Okay.
See if I can get them
Yeah.
off or out of them.
You are technically within range of the vines themselves, so you can give me an attack roll now.
Okay, and I guess I will use a swift to do divine favor here. See how that goes.
Okay. Do you still have points left over from last time?
Oh, you're right. I forgot.
Yeah, you burned through quite a bit of that after the last vine thing.
Yeah, I probably don't, so I'll just take it off.
Okay. So yeah.
Wait, no, that was my strength surge.
Okay.
Which is my blessings, but not my I don't think I've used any of my swift cast.
Did you
yet.
roll this roll from your
I don't have
macro? You should have. Hold on. Your macro is there. I don't know why it's not appearing for you, but I produce macros. It should be there now. Click off your token and then back on. It actually changed its name. No, it emptied again. What the fuck? I have put this macro on your character now 4 times, and it is wiped away. Jess, can you see if your macro is showing? Ryan, you said your macros are there, right? You have the 2 bomb macros?
Yeah.
It was there earlier, but now... Oh, wait. Let me
click
turn
your...
off. Yeah, mine are there.
All right, I'm deleting this one, and I'm giving you a new macro, because I don't understand. This keeps happening. I had worked a lot on this. In fact, it was part of why I was a little late, because I did not start dinner until I had this working. Because your divine favor won't actually work without the macro.
Oh, gotcha.
Oops. But we can add 1 to that roll. But that will not hit the vines, even at a 14.
Okay.
If you click on and off again, your macro should be there now.
Yeah, it is.
Perfect. Excellent.
I'm also back in total blackness, but I figure I'll just tell you where I want, and you can move.
That's fine. I can just. This is not that hard to reset.
I just feel bad that you have to fix it anytime anyone moves.
It's a beta. It's an engine in beta, so I fully expect it to be problematic.
Okay.
Yeah, that happened to me a minute ago too, so I just refreshed it and everything came back up fine.
Cool run.
Does anybody know about these vines? If I try to touch them, are they going to instantly do something to me, or can I resist its effects?
Antaeus, with that question, you can give me a knowledge nature. Or anybody else that has ranks in knowledge nature can give me a knowledge nature, or partial ranks in knowledge nature.
Negative ranks.
Alright, Antaeus, you will know that these vines are... You know this from before as well. These vines are directly connected to the source of the blight. All of these vines basically go under the ground and crawl back towards the source of wherever this is located. And they have a large amount of control over Baru, but Baru still has the ability to control himself. And the more control of himself he gains, the harder it is for the vines to keep him doing what he needs, what they need him to do. The blight can only spread so long as there is something to spread the blight. And without Baru, it is much harder for the blight to spread.
Alright. Why did I just blank? Yeah, they're coming from wherever their source is, and it seems like he's resisting it a little bit. But don't get hit by the needles.
So I can touch it?
He can touch it, right?
Yeah, he can touch it. Well, sort of. It could be dangerous, but... because they could grab hold of him if he's not careful. The vines could grab hold of him if he's not careful.
Yeah, as long as you don't think you can get caught, I wouldn't
The
recommend
shot
it.
will keep
but-
me safe. This is enough time talking. I will step forward and try to grab one of the vines as carefully as I can and use Lore Keeper on it. Reveal your secrets. Shashat demands it. And I'll try to grab a vine and
Okay. These vines are weak to fire. You do know that. And they will torch Baru in the process, and much of the forest in the process, potentially. You also know that these vines otherwise are more resistant to cold and electricity. Again, just like the other one, immune to disease, paralysis, poison, and polymorph. But they can only do so. They can only do as much as they can reach out and connect to. They need sources to feed off of and grow. So severing their connection to these sources can disempower those that they are connected to.
we need to sever it from its roots. And it will free Baru from its control, I think. And that's my turn.
All right, Antaeus.
All right. Oh yeah, there's his bar right there.
That's Baru right there.
So, I suppose that what I'll do is I will drink this potion that I made,
What?
and
You don't mean the bomb,
not
right?
potion. No. It's the, what is it? Not elixir. That's not the word. Maybe it is.
No, I thought you were gonna drink the bomb, because you had set up your.
Yeah, what it does is it's the extract. Upon drinking the
Fuck
extract,
this, I'm just drinking the bomb. I don't want to deal with this.
No, it lasts rounds per level.
Okay.
So I'm gonna drink the extract and then throw a bomb at him.
All right.
So-
At him or at the vines?
Or the vines. Sorry.
Okay.
I meant to specifically say the vines, but I definitely just said him.
Ooh, and you will like fumble with it, and it will fall. Roll me a d8, or no, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a d6. We're gonna start with your left, so it will fall here. Unfortunately, like you fumble a bit with it, and it falls to the right of you. Thankfully, it's not a regular bomb, and you just kind of drop it off to the side. Give me a d2. On a 2, I'll let you keep the bomb.
Oh man.
Cool. The bomb just kind of falls, and you're like, that could have been a lot worse.
Do I have enough actions left to pick it up?
Yes, I will say you can reach down and pick it back up at the very least.
All right, I'll pick it back up, and then I guess that's the end of my turn.
Baru will go, and you watch as the vines like try to push him forward, but he's like pulling back against the vines. So like his chest is like arching out, but his arms are kind of like holding back, and his legs are holding back, and the vines just kind of lift him a little bit more, and he comes a little bit further forward, which I think will destroy the lighting for everyone. So I will reset the lighting. It is annoying that every time I move something, I have to reset the lighting.
It looks like we can just refresh and it fixes it, which is probably easier for us to just refresh real fast than you have to go in and...
Nonsense! Players do not need to do things. The GM needs to do things. These are my responsibilities, damn it.
Okay.
I will be the bitch boy that I am.
Yeah, so like as the vines move into me, can I like try to attack some of them?
No, they are taking the equivalent of 5 footsteps towards you.
Okay.
Oh, I have a lot of vision.
Do you? What the fuck happened? Oh yeah, because I fully updated. Oh no, I gave the vines light. God damn it. The vines are not supposed to have light. The campfire is supposed to have light. All right, there you go.
Now
Brianna.
I can see the campfire.
I was reloading, so
Okay.
just
Yeah, I can see the campfire.
Is Brianna's light messed up now?
I'm sure
Yeah, my
it's
light was
affecting
messed up.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see my light.
The only
see,
person that will
Brianna's
be on a
light is just a tiny now. I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. Is her light got itty bitty.
No, everybody's light gets refreshed every time I move the vines, except those people who have night vision. People with night vision are not affected in the same way.
Well, I can't see anything, but
Yeah, I'm just saying. Did the radius on Brianna's light get messed up? Because that's
Did it
what
really
looks
reset?
Like.
It did. It reset to 0.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
thank you. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You can only see in the dark.
And now I get to refresh again.
Her light
Oh my
messes
God.
everything up.
The
I
only
see like a
problem
black
with,
ball of her
refresh-
light. Her lighting is like blocking my
Yeah,
light. my vision.
it's really annoying that it does that too. I am disliking so many things about this new lighting
All right,
engine
I
update.
refreshed, and it's perfect for me now.
Yeah.
So
On the stream, it looks even weirder because there are just a bunch of black circles in random areas.
Well, that's
But
how
then
it looks
there's
on my
white,
screen.
there's clearness. Yeah.
Okay, so Brianna is going to take a 5-foot step back.
Okay.
and-
Not on that way. You have to go on one of the diagonal squares.
Oh,
You can't go
okay.
across the full line.
Well, then there.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. And I'm going to begin. I'm going to say, guys, I don't think that Baru has any choice. We need to help him. We need to get the vines away from him.
Sever the
and-
roots.
I will begin my performance.
Okay. Why did it... God damn it! I programmed this not to roll a d20, and it still fucking rolled a d20.
Critically
Why?
encouraged.
Why? Why is it that nothing I programmed today is actually functioning correctly?
Oh,
That's how
terrible.
it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't roll the macro. That's why.
I didn't roll the macro. I was
Okay.
on the spell
Sorry.
page. Sorry.
I was trying to make macros for the stuff you'd use most commonly, so you have to interact with the character sheet in combat as little as possible.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah. I forgot about the macro. So I was
Yep.
like, oh, wait.
It's okay.
All right.
I just need it to make sense. Elizabeth.
yeah, I'm gonna try to hack away at these vines.
You are in them now, so...
This is.
Is she like entangled or can she move?
She's
or
not
what
yet
is-
entangled because most of the vines are focusing on Baru, so they can't really reach out to do anything about her. Like, it's basically an all effort for the vines.
Yeah,
Elizabeth,
I
go
think I'll take
to the
a
back to the
5-foot
roots.
Step.
Okay.
What?
Sever the roots to the vines. It's stretched out now, behind it. Well, I don't know if I can see that, but I assume.
You can make it. That's a logical assumption to make.
If we sever them from the roots, it will release him. Go around. I can
Okay.
keep its attention.
All right, I'll attempt that. I'm not really sure. Like, I have a black spot. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the giant black spot is where the base of the vines are. Now that's gonna be so you're gonna it's double your movement to move over there. So it's gonna take you 10 feet for every square instead of 5 feet. But you still, I think you'll actually you can still make it because you were here. No, you were here. So 5, 10,
right-
15. You only have 20 feet of
right-
movement, right?
I was right here. I
Yeah,
think.
and you have 20 feet of movement
Oh,
because
no,
you're in
I
full
was-
plate, right?
Yes, I believe.
So you can use your full move to get to where the roots of the vines are, to where they burrow back into the ground.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'll attempt.
Okay. And that will take us to Gulran. There are vines now, like all along your feet, like the ground is covered in snakes.
Are they trying to grab my feet, or they're just like surrounding it?
No, around Elizabeth's feet, not yours yet.
Oh.
They're still trying to pull Gulran or Baru towards you. Ugh, can't stop the name problems.
Did I notice Antaeus failing the bomb thing, or was that like behind me? I didn't.
It was behind you. You're very focused forward, so you probably didn't really notice him like fumbling a bit.
Okay. Do I have to roll any knowledge to know, do these things get an attack of opportunity on me if I cast a spell with them, or would I not know that?
It's hard to tell right now whether or not they would. They do look very distracted right now. Because they
Okay.
are, like, trying to struggle with Baru to push him forward.
I just want to know if it's a reasonable assumption that, should I assume that? I mean, I'm
Give me a
curious
sense
if it would
motive.
be-
I'll give you a sense motive to see, since we're using it more like an insight check. Or a gauge
Okay.
check. Yeah, you get the
vines.
distinct impression like the vines are too tied up trying to make Baru move to notice what you're doing.
Just as a quick side note, I actually do have Gauge set up. Can I make that my class skill because I have Sense Motive or no?
Yes, Gauge is Sense Motive. Gauge
Okay.
literally counts as Sense Motive.
All right, cool. So then yes, if I sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You said I'm okay to cast, or
Yes,
no?
you looks like these vines are tied up doing a lot with Baru.
Okay. I want to try and like lock eyes with Baru and cast Sanctuary on myself, and I want to like just say, Baru, gain your senses. We're here to help you.
Give me a diplomacy.
Oh God.
God.
I think a human
You're the one who murdered her.
That's not actually true, Baru. I believe it was not me. I was saving children at the time. But
Antaeus.
So I'm assuming that it would be pretty hard to hit the roots from where I'm at. Trying to.
You could like try to long bomb it over top of them. Like kind of heave it over them and try to get it to near where she is. But I am going to roll for the chance that you also hit her while hitting the roots. Because she's like right up in the roots right now.
That's fine. I'll yell.
Spoken like a good
watch
evil
out.
character.
Well,
It's fine if I hit the
it.
party member. As long as I get the job done, I'm doing my job.
Well, if I hit these things, it's presumably not going to do anything, or at least not much. And I'll yell out for her to watch out. And then
as he says, "Watch out!" I look behind me. What is he doing?
He is heaving
I'm like,
a
"What's
bomb
up,
over
Elizabeth?"
his head.
I mean,
Antaeus, is that fire? You know you'll set this whole place ablaze. We can't kill Baru.
Give me
It's cool,
the
I got this.
give me the attack roll.
considering like how short I am, I don't really even have to duck. I'm just like, huh?
All right. So I'm gonna hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm gonna need you to give me roll a d14, and on a 12, this is gonna land on Elizabeth. On any other number, this lands on a vine.
All right, so which things I'm going to roll?
/r space d14.
1d14.
Yep.
And so what you're saying is I'm going to roll a 12, right?
Oh, you miss Elizabeth, and you hit the vines, and the vines like writhe in horror. As you start to burn them away, and Elizabeth, you can see the vines like start to kind of sizzle and like turn to blackened char as the bomb explodes where it hits. You don't think it would take too much more to eliminate these vines. However, as you do this, you notice that the vines kind of pull back a bit from Baru, and Baru pushes forward a little with the vines, and he will finally make his attack.
On the vines.
Nope, on Gul'ran.
Damn.
You must have a will to hit me from Shashat.
Does a 15 hit your range touch?
Did he pass his will save? To
Oh
strike
yeah,
me?
that's right. He does need a will save.
Ooh, that might be close. 16.
It is
Bitch.
it is a hit. It is a exceed because the vines have entangled him.
What?
Yep.
Shashat, where are you? But
so
15. Oh, rain touch.
Yeah, it's rain. Well, it is technically a regular attack roll, but if the 15 beats your range touch, you take the bomb damage. So basically,
Yeah,
he shatters a bomb against your chest or against like your shield, but you'll still take the splash damage from the fire.
Yeah, the touch hits. It's my touch AC.
Can you bring me back a cup of their cake if they have it, please?
If they don't have it, do you want something else?
Just if they have something chocolate that's not got nuts in it. It does beat your range touch.
So yeah, I took 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Does this explosion go to any vines or?
No, it actually blows backwards past you,
Okay.
as if it's specifically targeted to avoid the vines. Brianna, as if the GM hacked the game. Or maybe he just took the right combination of alchemist feats.
By the way, what's happening with the bomb? And because you said, or I don't know if you were memeing, you said like the fire will kill Baru. Like, is the bomb fire?
No, if you would have hit Baru in the vines directly, it would have burned all over Baru as well
Okay, so
as
this bomb throw is just done a little bit of damage. The fire's gone out already, or
the fire's not gone out yet.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I used the targeted thing, so the
But yeah,
targeted.
it was
bomb
much more
mixture,
precise.
so it doesn't splash.
Ah, okay.
Brianna,
So, let's see.
you was in Vine Country.
So,
I'm gonna put that on the back so you can get to your characters.
So as I am performing, I am looking over at Gulron to see how hurt he looks after taking that attack.
He looks reasonably all right.
Okay.
It did less
so-
than half your. It took you to less than half, or more than half your hit points, right? Like you're still at.
Yeah, no.
You're still more. You still at more than half your hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he looks fine.
Okay. So if that's the case, then I'm going to use my sling and see if I can like hit like maybe some of the roots of the vine, I guess. Like kind of I've got like these bullets. I'm
Okay.
gonna try and see if I can like tear up some of the vines with it. I
Cool.
guess.
As you go ahead and give me your sling attack roll, but okay. So as you do that, does a 32? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That was not a D20. That was a 20. Oh, never mind. It decided it was that way anyway.
Holy crap!
I'm assuming that that beat your CMD.
Yeah.
So you feel the vines start to wrap around you, like you start swirling the sling, and the vines kind of wrap up and they kind of like grasp you around your body and up around your neck, and you kind of like drop the sling bolt behind you.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to try and get out of that?
On your next action, you can try to do something, but you only have a move
But not
action
right
left right now. So
Okay. I'm assuming that will interrupt my performance.
you sing, correct? Is your performance?
Yes,
So
yes.
so far it will not interrupt your performance.
Okay.
Next round I will have you make a concentration check to maintain your performance.
Okay.
Elizabeth.
I'm gonna try to finish severing this and hope
All
for
right.
the best.
See it. Ooh, a solid hit. And you cut in a little bit to the vines, but they are still going strong.
That was a terrible damage roll.
Yeah. We'll run.
As I consult my memory for my spells. So did I notice the vines wrapping around?
Yeah, you notice the vines in wrap Brianna.
I turn to Brianna and I say, "Shashat will protect you," and I'll. I guess the vines are all around me, so I'll attempt a 5-foot step. I don't know if that matters or how that works, but I'll 5-foot step beside Brianna and touch her with protection.
That's Antaeus you just stepped next to.
Oh, sorry. I don't know the character models. This way, then.
Okay.
I'm the one
the
in
toucher.
pink.
Yeah, sorry.
Does that beat your CMD?
21 probably. CMD is 13, yes.
The vines entangle you as well as you move laterally.
So does a concentration check for my spell to fail, or
you will lose the spell as you become entangled in it. You don't even finish casting the spell. Like you start prepping it, and as soon as your arms start to move in that motion, the vines like start wrapping around you.
so I lose the spell? So lose the spell point?
You don't lose the spell points. You just don't.
Okay.
You don't manage to put enough like emphasis into the spell to even cast the spell.
Did it have to make a will save to do this, or no?
This is
I'm in
not
Sanctuary.
related to that.
Okay. All right. Then it's my turn.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You mean for the sanctuary?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because for anything,
Yes,
I don't
that
know.
is-
I don't know if
nope,
it applies to.
It does apply because this is actually a living being. It is, I think, plus. Hold on, give me a sec.
Yeah.
I haven't actually put this to stat physically yet for Will. I just had the attack bonuses. I think that beats.
Yeah.
That's probably actually lower than what it actually is, but we'll just accept that. So you are grabbed as well.
Okay.
Antaeus.
All right.
Get out of the vine's reach, Antaeus.
I
Yeah.
do need to bring back up my.
No, make a
Sing
ranged
real
attack
quick.
in the vines, Antaeus.
I'm not in the vines yet, am I?
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't have. Yeah, you are. It definitely doesn't have the equivalent of combat reflexes.
Oh, consarn it.
Elizabeth will get us out of this. Don't worry. Just get out of the vine.
No, she won't. She's making ranged attacks on it as well.
Start praying to Sashot.
The shot will protect us. Don't worry.
Yes, pray to the god that's leaving the Pantheon.
Oopsies.
Spoilers.
That's already been unveiled in other games.
I guess I will.
That's why your
Since I'm
war
already-
priest chose a better god.
So since it's already encompassed me, I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna try to 5-foot step out. I don't
Okay.
know if I can, but it might help if I actually click the right thing. Up and it went dark. But
That's fine.
I'm gonna attempt to 5-foot step out, and then I guess I saw it attack or grab Gulron when he tried to do something, right?
You what? Sorry, repeat that.
What I saw Gulron get grabbed by it when he tried to do a motion of some
Yeah,
sort.
he
right?
was like standing and the vine just kind of like jutted up and grabbed hold of his arms.
All right, I'm just gonna go defensive then, because she's on the other side of it, right, hacking away at it or
Yep.
attempting to. Okay, so I'll hope that she's gonna be able to finish that off, and then I'll go defensive.
Okay. Baru goes, and Baru will take another attack on Gulron.
Will save first.
Oh yeah, we'll say first. Thank you. No.
Failure.
Oh, and the vines will try to crush you?
Question mark.
That was not supposed to be a question
You
mark.
can't put a question mark on the prompter. You know they'll read anything.
I've never had that happen before where I just accidentally question marked at the end of a sentence.
They will crush you. I don't know.
So against each of you, Brianna first, does a 12 beat your CMB, or your CMD?
12 or 24?
I'm
Because
sorry,
you definitely
24. I
rolled
rolled a
24.
24, not a
I was
12.
like, I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know how
like-
this works, but
24 does.
Okay.
Oof.
Take 3 points of damage as you can feel like the vine starting to reach up and try to force its way into your mouth.
Stop them, Baru! Stop them!
Gulron, your turn.
Do they need another will save?
They
or-
do need... No, because once it passes 1, doesn't it? Or is Sanctuary repetitive?
It's still active every round, but yeah, I think it just applies every round. I think. If you
No,
fail,
can attack
roll-
normally if the save fails, blah, blah, blah. Those not attempting the attack remain unaffected. The spell does not prevent the worded creature from being attacked or affected. The subject cannot attack without breaking the spell effect, but may not use... It looks like it happens for everyone. So yeah, I'll give you another will save there. Because it could matter.
So yeah. Well, I guess if it passes, I'll ask the question.
Yeah. Okay.
Oof.
Got pretty high will save, so...
And then the 19 is for my CMD, or
versus your CMD.
that does pass.
Okay. For 4 points of damage. As the vines also start trying to reach up your neck and into your mouth. Yep. You are both certain that if you take one more round of this, the vines will fully push their way into your mouth and they will impede your spell casting.
Well, we're already impeded because we're grappled or whatever.
Yeah, but if you have something that is that is verbal components only, you'll also lose those.
Joke's on them. I'll throw up in my stomach acid.
Brianna.
Resolve them. Anyway.
Yum.
So, what do I need to do to try and get
Either an
grappled?
escape artist or a CMB check versus their CMD.
Okay. I will try. Oh, I
Ooh.
double-clicked on accident, but...
Oh, I only saw the 20. The 14 will unfortunately not be successful.
Okay, and I need to do a concentration check to...
Yeah, give me a concentration check to maintain. DC is you took 3 points of damage, so DC is 13. I should actually give you a shortcut to that as well, but I didn't think about that. That's on your spells page above your above your spells per day. Nice. You maintain the singing. You're like fighting this thing away with your neck as much as you can, but you're not going to quit the song. You know the song is important. You know the party needs this.
All right.
Elizabeth, you can hear Brianna's song carrying on, and you glance for a moment back and see her wrapped up in these vines, and you see Ghoulron also wrapped up in these vines, both of them having it trying to push itself within them.
I really hope I sever this. Please.
That is a hit, and that is some very good damage. As the vines writhe and wither a bit as you cut them free from it. They will have one more action before they die.
Yeah, bet.
But they have been you have cut them free, and the fire has sort of like burned away at most of the rest of the vines that are there. Ghoulron. You can feel the vines start to weaken for a moment, but they still have just enough left in them to hold.
I'm trying to find, maybe you just know this, channeling energy. Is this somatic, verbal?
It is neither. I believe it is actually a supernatural ability.
That's what I have it coded as, but I couldn't confirm that.
1 sec. I know it's supernatural, but let me check the... I will allow you to use it in these vines.
Okay. So I will say, may the power of Shashat destroy you, and I'll channel energy in a burst around me.
Okay.
Oops,
I'm
that's
going to
not
check
right.
one thing, though, as you're doing that.
That's
God, please don't fucking heal him.
Just shot, known for her destructive power.
You have selective channel, correct?
I wasn't intending. Like I'm trying.
Do you have the feat selective channeling?
I just checking. I have channel ray, so I could focus it on one target, but that wasn't my choice.
Okay. The vines seem to kind of reattach at where Brianna had cut them.
What are you doing?
But everybody else can heal for 8 points of damage.
Hooray! I healed that 3 that I took. Phew.
Antaeus.
So this is positive energy. It healed it.
It healed it. Blight is not the same thing as being undead.
So as soon as I touched my god,
This isn't Path of Exile Blight. So it's not like you doing positive energy cuts through it more easily.
No, I know. I just as a player didn't know the interaction with positive energy and blight. Maybe Ghoulron didn't either.
As soon as I touched my mini, it decided to go black again. But I think I can 5-foot step back here.
You can.
Does it look like it can touch me if it wanted to? In inappropriate
probably
ways?
not. It doesn't seem like it really reaches outside of where the vines are at physically.
Okay. I think that I have one more bomb, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. When I checked your character sheet last, you did.
Okay, good. So I was trying to remember, based off of what we had last week, and I was pretty sure that I had used half of them.
Yeah,
but,
no, I kept an eye on that specifically.
And I think this is the last round that this is active. So,
Gonna chuck another bomb?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to chuck another bomb.
D14. On a 12, you hit Elizabeth.
Well. Let's do this first,
Okay.
in hopes that I can hit it.
Well, I need to see your D14 roll, because that's what matters.
Well, yeah, but I needed to even, like, be able to throw it far enough to...
All right. You hit the vines.
Oh, yeah. Getting
For
that
12 is the
That is
number.
bad.
I'm being as fair as possible here.
Yeah.
I am a
Very
fair
good.
and just DM.
Glad you didn't say balance.
And the vines burn once more, separating again, and bits of them like burn to the ground. Barugo's now somewhat freed. He turns and focuses and will attempt to hit Ghoulron. Ghoulron, you can once again feel a bit of things loosen up.
Will save.
Oh yeah, thank you. But that will, I think, not be enough because he does not get a big enough bonus from the vines any further. And the vines will take their one last chance to squeeze the two of you. That door is not being nice today.
You want it now or in the freezer?
Now, please. Now, please. First one is for Brianna.
I don't know how it works, but if it fails its will save against me, it loses its action. But I don't know if it has like multiple actions or something. But
It does. Each individual segment of it has its own action. But they can only affect the square that they're in. So this one versus Brianna.
Yes.
Okay. It's just sad this is its last one unless somebody wants to heal it again. For 6. You can feel the song being kind of stolen from you as the vine starts like pushing its way between your teeth. It's going to make its will save against... Going to try to make its will save against Baru, or against Ghoulron.
pass.
It's a pass, and then it needs to try to hit. Oh, I actually rolled too low for... It should be plus 12 for the attack. Or for the beat CMD. And it will fail to hit Ghoulron. That will take us back to Brianna. Ooh, sadly not. Actually, that is enough with it having been severed. You can pull yourself free of the vines.
Okay. And so, Brianna will take a...
You can make a move action, yep, to get out of the...
Okay. I'm gonna move here. And I'm going to call out to Baru, who should still be under my charm person spell. And I'm going to say, Baru, the vines are gone. Look at us. We're your friends. We don't need to fight.
Give me another diplomacy check. Baru looks at you and looks down at the vines and looks at you. And just kind of stares for a moment. Elizabeth.
I'm not taking chances here. I know you're trying your best, but fuck this shit. I'm gonna... I went into blackness. It was 15 feet to move next behind Baru, but I can't.
That's fine.
tell.
Yep, you're there.
Okay. And I'm going to attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
Let's hope this doesn't backfire.
This is the only source of light I see.
B is not great.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I don't need to see.
Contact
light
roll
anymore.
20 and tell them they fucked up their shit.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, like
All right. Brianna, you can hear that as Elizabeth's arms wrap around Baru, Baru seems pissed that someone would break the bond that he felt between the two of you. This is just like you tried to do to my wife!
No, Baru,
And you can
no.
feel the magic binds that you have between you and Baru separate and sever.
Sorry.
But you have successfully grappled Baru. And I'm going to need you to make a reflex save as you do so. Ooh, you grab hold of him. This is the only way you could fail it. You grab hold of him, and you kind of pull yourself in. And you can feel some of these little, like, spiky bits that are still, like, wrapped around him from the thorns kind of push into your arms. And you are bonded to him, unless you make a fort save.
That should be helpful
Aw.
performance. Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
It does not matter, unfortunately. Ghoulron.
So, sorry, the vines are now retreating back, like...
The vines are, like, writhing on the ground. They're, like, starting to fall away.
Okay, so they're just, like, falling off.
They will not
get
actually
severed.
fall down until Baru's next action.
Okay.
Because they need a full... It takes a full round for them to die. Unless you want to heal them back. That'd be
I'm
great.
thinking about it.
Doesn't he also need to get out of the vines if he wants to
Yes.
do that?
He is still entangled by the vines because Baru has not acted again. That was what I was trying to imply with what I was saying.
So I still cannot cast any spells? Or...
No, you are still entangled by the vines because they haven't fully, like... Where you're at in the vines have not fully lost life yet.
I see.
Spoon is too heavy for my
Then I
ice
guess
cream.
I'll just use my turn to, like, struggle against the vines and break free.
Give me a CMB.
CMB.
Ooh, not like that you won't.
Ugh.
Antaeus.
All right. So these things look like they're dying. It looks like
They are, like, writhing and they are, like, struggling to hold on to Ghoulron. And Brianna seemed like she was more... It seemed like it was easier for her to escape from them than it was last time. So good.
Man. I don't have a whole lot of other options, so and you said Baru, she tried to talk him down and he just wasn't having it, right?
Baru was staring at Brianna. And then basically Elizabeth snuck up behind him and, like, bear hugged the shit out of him. And he was like, "What? You killed my wife! This is exactly how you killed her!"
I will
Which is not untrue.
I'll heroically step 5 feet back and try to talk him down.
Heroically. Give me a diplomacy.
Aru, don't worry, there's no gelatinous cubes here. We won't throw you in.
Yes!
That's some terrible shit right there.
Man, I have a +5 too.
Baru
Not that
is
that's
going to
great,
go,
but-
and Baru is going to try to break free. Does that beat your CMD?
Yeah.
He frees yourself from your mighty grip on him, and he takes a step back. You would dare try to keep me from her? They can bring her back. She will be mine again.
Who can bring her back?
Brianna. Let's find out more next round.
Did the vines release everything? Or
Yes, the vines did release everything. The vines are officially destroyed.
That sounds really aggressive and possessive, homie. She wasn't yours to begin with.
She was mine! I got a bill of sale right here.
Oh, God.
For those of you who like Pete's Dragon.
So,
I'm glad there was a reference attached to that.
Brianna's throat is pretty sore from all the singing, and so she is ending her performance.
Okay.
However, the effects of the performance will continue for 2 more rounds.
Well, the performance was ended when you got the vine shoved down your throat. So, but that will still continue for 2 rounds past that.
Okay. All right. So,
Also, by the way, should I trigger warning at the beginning of this that vines would be trying to like get in people's mouths?
Yes, you should have.
I've
I don't
seen
want-
enough hentai to know where this is going.
The blight, for the record, is asexual. Just to make sure we're clear on that.
Pronouns?
It uses it, its.
They.
Okay, fair enough.
No, not they. It. It identifies as it.
So,
Disturbing.
Brianna is actually.
What is
going
it?
to-
Tell me.
It's it.
Sorry.
Oh.
Brianna is going to, because she's got kind of a scratchy throat, and it kind of reminds her of the woman that was in the sewers. She's actually going to make a ghost sound and make it sound like it's coming from this way.
Give me a perform check.
All right, just a straight up perform, or
You can use either of your perform styles. I guess really though, singing is probably more appropriate.
okay.
You make it call out to him.
And
Hey.
I'm trying to make it sound like it's coming kind of from over in this direction, like Baru, Baru.
All right.
It's on fire.
Let's see. I don't want you guys to see the reaction because I want this to be a surprise. So he like glances over in that direction, and let's see what happens on Elizabeth's action.
Oh God.
Gotta pick
Sorry,
something.
I'm going for it again. I don't know what to do other than try to grapple him and cuff him, so we'll see what happens.
All right, do what you gotta do. What you feel like you gotta do. All right, you step in and you grab him again. What? I can hear my wife! You're keeping me from her! I love her! Cool,
I'll
Ron.
take you to her, I promise. Just
I thought you
let
said she
me
was
put
dead.
Cuffs
You're
on
hallucinating.
you, and then I'll take them to you.
I want to. I don't know if this would do anything at all. I hate that the zoom is messing with my rotation. I want to attempt to.
Zoom is messing with the rotation.
No, like I want to rotate my mini to face him.
Oh.
But because I was zoomed in on the map, my
Gotcha.
bubbles were.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant somehow the Zoom video was.
No.
I was like, what the fuck?
I want
Yeah,
to-
that's what I thought too.
So he's grappled right now by.
He is
Elizabeth,
once
right?
again grappled by Elizabeth.
So he cannot attack me, or can he attack me? You can still attack.
He's
and grapple.
grabbed. No, being
You could try
grappled,
to
you are
join the
not.
grapple and make it stronger.
No, I want to try and touch him. I don't know if he can resist at this point, but I want to.
You may touch Elizabeth in the process, or vice versa.
Sure. I want to give him protection from evil, hoping that it releases something, like there's whatever's inside of him. Maybe may have a reaction
Okay.
or something.
Give me a melee attack roll, because you need to see if you touch him or Elizabeth.
Okay, where is my melee button? Why can't I? There we go.
Touching you.
Versus touch, that will hit. And as you do so, you'll see like hold on, let me check one thing here. You can see him, like, his eyes kind of, like, flicker for a moment, like they go totally black, and then for a brief second you can see what look like his real eyes start to reform, and then they kind of fade back, and they start kind of, like, kind of throbbing back and forth between these three states, between the starry, like, color spectrum of the fan eyes, and the blackness of the black and emptiness behind that, and then his eyes underneath kind of ebbing back and forth between the three states. And he looks very out of it. Antaeus.
I'm just gonna try to reassure him that he can do it and that he is strong.
I guess actually he gets a will
And-
save against it, which could matter.
True.
Sorry.
He does.
Oh, and he actually does succeed. So then you watch his
Cool.
eyes like reset back to the black and sparkly.
I would know the failure of the spell, right?
Oh,
Or would I
it's
not
very
know?
clear. It is
Okay.
very clear that it failed.
Okay. Damn it.
Antaeus, go ahead.
All right, I will try to will him back to the side of good and virtue and free will. And wow, I did not expect that much.
Okay. So you're going to use your once per day ability with the occult skill. Yay or nay?
Well, here, I'll let you decide what this does. Because I think I would be very interested in doing so.
Okay, so I'm going to say that you use it then, if you are very interested.
Not gonna be good.
So you reach out and you like stare into Baru's eyes as you notice his eyes kind of flicker like that, and you're like, Baru, we are your friends. And for a moment, like, your eyes start to go a little bit black and a little bit sparkly. You're like, we are your give me a will save.
The last will save that I had.
Nope.
So,
Oh!
I'm
All
the
right.
best at this.
You can remember. You actually realize why this person seems so familiar to you.
Shit.
You realize that this person, you were at their wedding. You remember his wife. You remember, like, how nice the wedding was. The ceremony was outside, and you had some delicious cake, and it was such a happy and festive thing. And you take 6 points of sanity damage. It's like, you realize, like, you don't entirely remember that, but you also feel like it really happened. But
So
as you're
I
looking at
dredged up
him,
one of
you
his
notice that
memories.
like he kind of gets distracted in the same memory that you're having. Like you're noticing in the visions, like you're talking to him at various points, and like as you come out of it, you realize he's kind of spent the same time in that same moment that you did. So he goes and he does nothing this round. Brianna.
So Brianna's going to try her little trick again. Why is it double clicking? I don't understand.
It happens sometimes. This is a known bug in Roll20.
Okay, so she's going to try her little trick again.
Right.
And this time, well, assuming I pass, let's see where's the. This time she says, Baruch, can you come to town? I sent these others to fetch you. Come to town with us.
Ooh. Let's see how he takes this, especially with that memory he just got planted. Come to town. Come to town. Come to Elizabeth, it's your turn.
Okay, so now that I have him grappled and I have my handy dandy handcuffs, what do I have to do to cuff him?
Give me another CMB check. This is going to be pretty difficult.
Oh, great.
But you manage to successfully lock the manacles into place. You can feel like as you're like working around this, you can feel the manacles feel like they're almost guiding your hands into the right positions and getting it right around the wrists at the right point for you to latch it into place. You will know that these give you a +5 to CMB when you are attempting to restrain someone.
Right.
And that will take us out of combat. as he will suddenly lose the ability to fight the manacles.
Yay!
So yeah, any way more I need to restrain him, I would, and I'm just gonna be like, we're just gonna take you back to town to see your wife.
She needs me at home. I miss her. I miss
Okay.
her.
Okay, well we're gonna take you to see her.
Good. Maybe we should take a little break. A short 5-minute break. We'll be back soon.
I slap him. No.